Welcome, friends. Welcome to today's Reconsider It live stream. Best live stream you're gonna see all day. Here on this very exciting Reconsider It live stream, you are going to get probably about an hour or more of hanging out here in the studio with me as I play around with the settings and evolve my sound effects. It's going to be a good time. It's pretty unpredictable. I see Tracker Jack is in the place. Yes! MIC as well. Welcome, friends. My regulars know. My regulars know what this is all about. We're just hanging out, you know. If you are new to the Reconsider It live streams, welcome! You made a really good decision joining us. Right now we are in a warm-up phase, my friends. Warming up. We're also chilling out. We're chilling out while we're warming up. It's really nice. It's really good. We are in this warm-up phase right now, chilling out to a beat that I made before the stream began. And here in this warm-up phase, there is one action item for you. One action item for you to complete here in this warm-up phase to make sure that you are properly set up for success here on this live stream. Now, I care about your success. That matters to me. That's why I'm taking the time to alert you to this action item that you need to complete. Grab a drink. That's the action item. Whatever your drink might be, grab that drink. Right now, here in this warm-up phase, we are about to do a warm-up cheers. I see Trusto is in the place. Yes! Yes! Symptoms of reality as well. Man. This is good. I can tell. It's gonna be swell. What the hell? Grab a drink, my friends. We're doing this warm-up cheers. I'm going to count up. We're going to count to 3. On 3, my friends, I'm going to clink the camera. You. Upon clinking along with the rest of us, you will experience the magic. The magic of our cheers moments. How warm they make you feel. How fulfilling. How you enthusiastically look forward to them. Here it comes, my friends. We're doing it on 3. 1, 2, 3, my friends. Clink. We're doing it. That was a good warm-up cheers. Man. Moser is with us. This is going really well. This is all going very, very well right now. Here in this warm-up phase, you've gotten accustomed a bit to this nice warm-up beat. And because this is a tinkering with knobs stream, you know what that means. Gonna be messing around with sound palettes. How do I like them? Gonna be changing the sounds. Am I gonna be keeping the sounds? The panning, output effects. We're tinkering with some knobs. It's really the short version of it. So as always, those begin. We begin with the drums. The drums are always fast, because I'm already happy with the drums. Yeah. At the moment, I'm satisfied. I have 2 drum palettes. I don't think I've ever talked about that. Here in these tinkering with knobs streams, you get some tangents, some little insider tangents, and that is the best. So the tangent here is that overall, I use 2 drum palettes across all of my 23. So my regulars know that I have 23 different pre-programmed configurations of sounds, like this bass, or like this sound, or like this one. That's all pre-programmed. My regulars know this. And I have 23 different palettes, all tuned to a different key. This one is an A, by the way. I didn't say that yet today. And for anybody who's playing along, 140.8 is the beats per minute on this one. And of course, my 23 palettes of all these different basses and, you know, whatever it sounds like, organs, you know, sometimes it sounds like that, some kind of basic synthesizer, whatever I do. 23 different palettes, but only 2 different variations of drums. So the same 2 drum palettes are repeated across all 23 of the, you know, melodic palettes that I have. And they're pretty well evolved, so I don't really mess with them much. And in this case, I would say that's the case. I'm pretty happy with the kick. This is my distorted kick. Pretty happy with that. The clap snare kind of thing, the hi-hat stuff, shaker. Alright, let me take the volume up on this. Yeah, now we're talking. Uh-huh. Then the exhale. Which is a bit loud here, but I was performing it loud with the mic tuned up very loud. So I consider that a recording thing, not a flaw with the setup. I took this down, but before I save it, I gotta take that back up. So, being happy with the drums, I move on to the bass. I think I'm pretty happy with the bass. It's not built up out of much. For those who enjoy the 505 details, this bass is built up out of a guitar to bass, which is what all my basses are built from. It's not always the first position, but in this case it is. Guitar to bass passed into the electric, which is the tuner, then into a sustainer, and then into a step slicer. So until further notice, I guess I'm going to keep the bass as it is. How about this additional instrument here? I'm having an unofficial sip right here. I'm not going to count to 3. You don't necessarily need to join us in our community building thing that's very fulfilling to you and you look forward to all the time. But I am going to have a sip of my drink. If you'd like to secretly join me, that's cool. Let's see, Nick is in the place. Welcome, Nick. So yeah, the bass is, I think I'm cool with this. That's one of the benefits of when we're all here hanging out for these tinkering with knob streams, is that I get to just keep questioning, am I really okay with the bass? Am I really okay with that layer I said I was? Let me take it off for a little bit, bring it back in. Am I still cool with it? I think I'm happy with the bass right now. And this other layer, let me see what this one's made up out of for the 505 details. Oh, here's what this one is. Okay. This one is made of a synthesizer, then a tremolo, or a tremolo. I should go ask some AI how to pronounce it. Although Google would suffice. Ordinary, traditional Google would do the job there. Anyway, synthesizer, and then tremolo, I'll pronounce it. Then it's passed into the electric, which is the tuner. And then it's passed into a gate reverb, which is where most of the body comes from. This one also, I think I'm pretty happy with. Is this going to be another one of those, not exact, well, I'll say rare. Another one of those rare tinkering with knobs where I go through it really fast and I'm already pretty happy with the sounds. There are some palettes that are like that. Out of my 23 palettes, there's probably like 4 or 5 that I'm happy with. And there's even, I think, 2 or 3 that I messed with too much and I ruined them. So I'm less happy with them than I used to be. But this sound here, the synthesizer, tremolo, electric, gate reverb, it stacks nicely. That's one of the things I look for in this, what would you call it? Like the role that it plays in the way I usually build my beats. I usually have 2 layers that flank the bass, literally like panned, and also, I guess harmonically or melodically, they just sort of mirror the bass and go along with it, or in some other way support the bass without themselves standing out in any way. They're very infrastructural. And so these are working like that right now. There needs to be 2 of them. I got to be able to stack them easily. Is this one of those palettes that I'm already happy with? I'm seeing some very nice commentary regarding whether Nick wears pants. I'm getting caught up on the pants wearing related chats of the day. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm still on the low listening to these sounds back here. Oh, you know what? I'm sitting here with the damn reverb on. That affects my estimations and calculations of whether I'm satisfied with the sound. And again, I think I am. As an instrument. Just as purely as an instrument. I'm happy with the bass and this first layer. What gives? Alright, now we got this one. I think this one maybe could use a little tweaking, a little like maybe polishing. I think it occupies a good space when I bring everything in. This one on the right, that roll is really dominating. Yeah. So this one, as I say, I'm mostly happy with it, but I could polish this one a bit. So I'll do with that. Let's see, what's this one made up out of? Here it is. Oh, that's interesting. This one is made up out of a preamp being passed into the electric, and then that's passed into a vibrato, and then a step slicer. I think it's a little, what is it, shrill? Is that the word I'm looking for? So yeah, I think I'm gonna, at this time, I'm gonna start messing around with that sound a bit. So I'm gonna go off of verbal and onto the instrumento. Para usar la voz. All right. So commenting on the knobs that I'm tinkering with here, I did change it a little bit. I tuned the vibrato down a lot, and I made it a much more pure sound. And now instead of messing with the vibrato, which is what was enabled by default, every time I go to any one of my instruments, there's one of its elements that I'm able to dynamically control using this knob here. And I can change with one. Now I'm controlling that one, the pink one. Okay, I'm controlling that. Oh, now I'm gonna do that one. That's the pink one now. Okay. So it's easy to change, but I always have a default of the one that's set to be the dynamically controlled one. And usually I just stick with that default one. And now I've changed it from the vibrato, which made it sound, I don't know how to describe it, not what I wanted really. And I turned the vibrato just down a lot. It's still there a little, turned it down a lot. And now I'm controlling the step slicer, which is a much more appropriate thing to dynamically control for something that's more center stage like this one. So here's the deal, my friends. Oh no, it's gone! Like a monk with a sand mandala. That's an old rap lyric of mine. Trusto's trying to catch me and says, "Fart loop, please." That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like how Nick is talking about how it's cool hearing other people's music. I agree with you on that. And I appreciate you sharing your view and insight. Just today I was talking to someone before I go and re-record this thing that I just deleted. Today I was talking to someone and trying to give him help, what I hope is helpful, constructive feedback that I felt he had an area of, let's say, like growth opportunity. Because he's very insightful, and he has a lot to offer, and I mean that not just generically, but I mean just like with me personally. We have an ongoing relationship. And I was like, you should tell me things. When you notice something, don't just not say it. Why are you not saying stuff? Tell me the thing. I might not know if you don't tell me. And in fact, in his case, I often don't know when he doesn't tell me. So I'm like, bro, you should have a lot of confidence in your ability to be illuminating with your commentary. And please bless me with your observations. It actually went really well. The conversation went really well. I see Nick is sharing some of his projects in the chat right now. Finding Sanity Music. That's a really interesting name. And is it Prever Project? Am I pronouncing that right? I'm having another unofficial sip at the moment. Man, that's so good. So yes, I think I'm still happy with all that, and I'm going to re-record this layer here For that, I'm going to bring in everything, including that other layer that I also need to go reassess and re-record. This one here, that I just love so much. It is so good. All right, let me go re-record this synth. Let's do it. Yeah, pretty happy with that. I think that was a clear step forward. So yes, even though some parts of this palette I was happy with, and I didn't adjust at all, these two here, the bass and this other layer. This new one I just re-recorded, I think I made a good step forward there. I'm looking forward to the next time it comes around. Am I still happy with it? I'm looking forward to panning these. By the way, if you also happen to have a bowl filled with some baked salmon and spinach with quinoa, then I would encourage you to consider joining me as I take a bite of mine as well. It's another good community affirming ritual. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. Even the volume levels are okay on these. I didn't mess with those yet. I did a little bit on the drums, but not in the top looper. Oh man, Viral's in the place. Yes! Moser says, I love water. It's my favorite thing to drink. That is Moser's opinion. Moser says, I am the one who loves water so much. Me, Moser, it's my opinion that I like water. That's what I'm reading in the chat right now as I get myself caught up. Oh man, are we getting some 90s rap discussion going on in the chat as I get caught up here? Wow, Nick is totally speaking my language. Jeez, I'm getting caught up here. All sorts of different styles Nick's talking about. Man, this is a great conversation. Shout out to my people in the year 3983, also having some salmon with me. That's pretty sweet. You didn't realize that you were gonna get some RAPs from me right now. What you do? You really dig this shit that I come and bring to you quick. You gotta get with what I'm bringing, kid. If it was some lyric that you want to hear, then you gotta get with. Even when I bring it on the drop of a dime, and I rock it and I bring it nice, and I'm not gonna die. Gonna be really nice. Gonna like all the continuity, all the music, you and me. Get to get with. Yo, the groove is sweet. Please, R-E to the L-A-X. Yes, this shit relieves that stress. Now I got this layer. Oh my God. Nick, did you just reference Adam Sandler as his comedy in a reference of sampling something? Like his music albums? Or his comedy albums? I remember his first one, what was it? They're All Gonna Laugh at You? Do you have the Adam Sandler, They're All Gonna Laugh at You? Man. There's so many things that are maybe just nostalgic for me from that particular. Do I even have that still? I used to have it on a cassette. I think I got his second one too, but I don't remember that one. But yeah, there are some things like Toll Booth Willie. Oh man, I'm gonna get all like really happy and nostalgic at this time. Toll Booth Willie has some really hilarious things in it. For anyone who's not familiar with what I'm referring to, you just look up Adam Sandler, Toll Booth Willie. It's pretty good. I'd have to look at the playlist on that as well to remember what else is on there. The Longest P, which I probably wouldn't laugh at today, but did have me laughing in high school. Trusto says bars. Yeah, I like it. That's pretty fun. As I said, thanks to, in fact, Trusto, Moser, Symptoms of Reality, the three of you in particular, in addition to others, but the three of you in particular, because you always request more rap from me, and you're always encouraging me to do more rap in whatever capacity, a rap stream, which is still not scheduled, but I'll do it at some point. When I magically have time, which I haven't had for the past like 7 years. But suddenly I'll start having time, so don't worry about that. But anyway, because of the Moser and Trusto and Symptoms of Reality, because the three of you emphasize my rap so much, and you're always asking me to do it more, I have been forcing myself to freestyle when I drive. I made a playlist of like, it was like 350 songs. Watch it be exactly 365. I didn't count it. I'll have to go look. I don't think that's what it is, but it's something around there. 350-ish songs. Instrumental beats, mostly. There's some Massive Attack in there, if you're familiar with Massive Attack. I have their dual album, I forgot what it's called. Collective, maybe? I think that might be what it's called. And on a few of them, maybe 5 or 6 of those songs, they have lyrics. Like Tricky is on there. But aside from a few random exceptions, I have a playlist of about 350 beats, and I'm forcing myself to freestyle when I drive. So if that's like I'm driving for 10 minutes, all right, I'm gonna go freestyle for 10 minutes. If I'm gonna go on a drive for an hour, it's like, all right, I'm gonna freestyle for an hour. And it's helping me a lot to find the way to turn it on and off at will. The same way I can make a beat, I can, you can give me my loopers and zero preparation. Just be like, go make a beat. I'll be like, okay, blah, blah. And in 2 minutes you'll have something that sounds kind of like this. Forcing myself to freestyle while I drive is helping me to find that groove of being able to turn on my freestyle raps quickly, easily, without needing any kind of like, all right, hold on, let me just do it. So it's helping me a lot to do that, to force myself to freestyle while I'm driving. So thank you for encouraging me. It's good. You are having a positive influence. By the way, for anyone else who is in the chat right now, and also anyone who's joining us afterward and watching on replay, if you are part of the SOAR fam, the Symptoms of Reality, like, extended crew, I encourage you to leave some sort of remark regarding how awesome the SOAR community is. It just like suddenly existed and now is like really, really rich and fertile and thriving and growing and doing awesome things, and like everybody is supportive and feels supported. The SOAR community is awesome. So if you also feel that way, please let them know. I encourage you to use the chat, my people who are here live, if you feel that way, if you agree. Anyone watching on replay, if you also feel that way. So thank you to SOAR crew, the Core 3, the Core SOAR 3. Thank you for existing. Thank you for opening your doors and summoning our community. You've done good work. You've done a good job. Friends, we have not yet had an official cheers moment. We're 40 minutes deep. Haven't had an official cheers moment. All of this is about to change. Grab a drink, my friends. We are going to do this cheers right now. It's going to be so good. You are going to feel in your body. You literally feel the magic of the cheers. Joining all of us together. We're all doing this. And you know that we're all doing the same thing together. And you feel together. You literally feel it in your body. You feel together with us. It's great. Friends, we're going to do it on 3. Grab a drink. It's coming real fast, my friends. We got it on 1. Two. The cheers is coming so soon. You're going to love it. You can feel it building up right now. This is going to be a very fulfilling moment. Here it comes. My friends, we're doing it right now on 3. Clink. Cheers, my friends. Nick is making some references to a drink he might have to have, but it's a dilemma. It's a dilemma. Should I engage in this drink moment, this cheersing, this community affirming ritual that I feel? I literally feel it in my body. Should I engage in this very fulfilling thing? You know the answer. You know the answer. You know the answer is yes. And what a good experience it is. I love cheersing with you. Please like this video. Please subscribe. My people joining us on replay, you are part of the cheers as well. The cheers is magical and it transcends time and space. My mind relates with you despite the fact that I'm not NEAR. I might be far from you in time, but my heart and you is aligned, and my art through which you find this message that I bring, the cheers experience as well that we all bring, about which I sing. It's much more than you think. It brings you to the brink of very fulfilling, euphoric experiences. That's what makes you keep coming back. It's so good. Now, of course, I love this is the final sound, just for some more context, because I didn't say that right here. But this is the final sound I was happy with the others. I got these to a good spot, or I was happy with them to start with. So now the final sound, this one. Of course, I love the, you know, what do I call this? The chopping sound effect here. It's called a roll on the 505. I just love it. It's one of my favorite things. It goes in the category of those things I have to use a lot of self-control to not do in every single track all the time because I love it so much. So I like the roll part, but I think there might be a little, I feel like there's a softening I want to do to it, just a little bit around the edges. Shout out to my people in the year 4306. So we got this final layer that I gotta mess with a little bit here. As I say, I love the roll. I'm keeping that. So this one is built up out of distortion. What kind of distortion? Vocal distortion. That's the primary element. And then that's fed into the electric. For most cases, if I were to build a palette from scratch right now, I would be putting the electric probably in the second palette, or in the second slot, as I did here. So distortion, electric, and then it feeds into the roll, and then that feeds into a chorus. And I think the chorus I probably have a lot of room to mess around with, to try to soften this sound a little bit. It's like it's sharp, it feels... sharp, I'll say. And I think the chorus might have a knob or two in there that I can tweak. But I'm also going to look at the distortion itself, the core sound that's being manipulated subsequently through the three other layers. So I'm going to do that right now. Let me go mess with this sound here. Try to soften it a little. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I have one or two vague ideas. So I'm going to bring in everything else, and I'm going to keep this one for now, but then delete it after I make my changes, redo it, see how I'm feeling about that. If I'm happy with it, move on from there. Okay, so far, in terms of the sounds that I'm messing with, I did start with the chorus, and I feel like I did soften it a bit already, so that's good. Heading in the right direction, I think. For those of you looking for the 505 details, on the chorus, I took down the rate. If it was up to something in the teen, I think it might have been 16 or something. Or maybe it was higher, and I'm remembering wrong. But I took it down to 7. So the rate is reduced. Depth is slightly reduced. Used to be 90, I took it to 84, so it's these are minor tweaks I'm making. But I also took the dry level down. And I feel silly to say this right now. In public. On a live stream. On my own live stream. I feel silly to say this. My own live stream centered around using these loopers as though I have a clue what I'm doing. I feel silly. I just now realized that this is the dry level. It says D level, and I'm like, I'm not sure what the D level is, but let me tweak with this. So I've always played with it. I knew it was there. I just never connected that it's the dry level. I took the dry level down on the chorus, which I think removed some of the clash that I think I was picking up on, which is good. So again, minor tweaks, but I am moving in the right direction of a little softer, which is what I want. But now I need to mess with the distortion itself. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to head over and play with the distortion itself. Let's see what I think of this sound. That's the only drawback of this roll effect that I like so much. It's like once you use it, there's no turning it off. So, as I said a moment ago, I was messing with the distortion itself, and I am surprised at the level of change that I made. I think it's a lot more muted. I took the tone down, which is, I think, roughly what it sounds like. It's how, like, muted it is. If the tone is really high, then it's going to be really bright sounding. And I took that down almost as deep as it goes, to negative 48. Whereas negative 50 is the furthest you can go with that. Or the deepest you can go. I also took down the dry level, which I now know what that is. Yo, Recon, you said that you feel silly admitting that you just discovered that setting in your loopers that you've been using for years, and that you're building your whole live stream around as though you know what you're doing with these loopers. You just said that you feel silly admitting you just discovered something, and it was, in retrospect, pretty obvious even to someone who was relatively new to using them, and you just learned it now. Here in public on a live stream. Did feeling silly stop you from sharing the thing? No, it did not. I shared the thing anyway. So at this time, my friends, I think I'm going to re-record this layer. Here's the old one for reference. I'll let it play for a moment. So I'm going to delete that. Oh no, it's gone. Oh no. And now that I've redesigned it a little, made it a little smoother, made it a little muted. Now that that's completed, I'm going to go make a new one with the new sound. A new recording of it, a new loop with the new sound. See what I think? If that sounds good, then the sounds are good, the instruments, quote unquote. Then I move on to panning and output effects. After that, we destroy everything, save it, build a new beat, do a nice celebratory closing cheers, make it really just the greatest thing it could have ever been. So I'm gonna go make this new loop, my friends. Let's see how I like it. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm happy with that, actually. I'm quite happy with that. I like that it's more muted. That's one of the frontiers in my beats and in my music that I'm always like, that there's so much more I need to learn and explore, and I don't know, am I making any progress at all? When it comes to the tone or brilliance of the sound, and do the different instruments clash? That's one of my biggest growth opportunities. One of my biggest growth areas is making sure that everything sounds good together. All the different instruments. Would you say confluent? Would that word apply there? This one sounds good with the mutedness, because it fits well with this one. This one is the other like semi-lead, just sort of like a little more than the bass and these supporting layers. This one is much more high-end, but now this is much more muted, so they fit together more nicely. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I am definitely happy with that. That sounds good. Even this particular beat, I'm pretty happy with. That tends to happen on these Tinkering with Knobs streams. That when I slap the beat together before the stream begins, it's pretty quick. Sometimes I take a moment, like, oh, let me see what sounds good here. But it's all within the scale of like first or second, third, maybe fourth take tops. Fourth take would be like almost unimaginably rare. Quickly go through, slap something together, go live. But on the Tinkering with Knobs, because what are we? We're an hour in. Probably going to be still going for another 15, 20 minutes or more. Because I got to pan it, I got to output effects it, then I got to destroy it all and rebuild a new beat. Maybe 20 to 30 minutes is more accurate. I forget where I was going with that. I see Tracker Jack had to head out. My man, if you happen to still be here, thank you for being here. You are released. Nick is asking, can I chain tracks together? What do you mean by chain tracks together? Nick also says, or as a point of contrast, can you only bring in and out what you have sampled? Now that is true. That's all I can really do here is bring in and out what I've recorded into them. So if that is a point of contrast, and if it's mutually exclusive with the other, then the other one must be false. Chaining. So I'm not sure what that means, but yes, it is true that I only bring in and out things I've sampled. It's possible to combine two loops. You could do that. I'm not sure if that's what you mean by chaining. Probably not what you mean by chaining. Maybe one leading to another, one triggering another. Is that what you mean by chaining? Time for panning, my friend. I continue to be happy with these sounds. And my regulars know that panning begins with the drums. Starting with the kick. Kick is at 4% to the left. There we go. Now I made it 74% to the left. That's good. That's where the kick belongs. 74% to the left. No, I brought it back. I'm actually going to take it down. I'm bringing it into just 2% to the left. This clap snare thing is currently 6% to the right. That's not bad. I think I'm going to take it a little further out, actually. By the way, this is the part of the stream where you benefit most from having headphones on. I have it at 8% to the right for the snare clap thing. I think that's okay, but I might push it out further. Then we got the shaker hi-hats and the output, or the, I'm sorry, the exhale. The hi-hat shaker things are 14% to the right. Exhale is, oh, I'm sorry, 28% to the right is the hi-hat. The exhale is 8% to the left. I don't know how I like those with the other drums in here too. I want to take the exhale further out to the left. Okay. Yep. That's improved. It might not be the final state. I took it to 20% to the left. The exhale. Now the hi-hat shaker things, it's not bad. Was that 28%? Is that right? Yeah, 28% to the right, these hi-hat shaker things. I think it's okay. I'm going to take the clap snare thing out further to the right. That's good. Okay, that's better. I just took that out to 14%. The clap snare sound, this. That's 14% to the right. That filled out some balance for me there. The hi-hat, 28%. Yeah. I guess if you don't want something lopsided, who wants something regular and easy and predictable? Everything's got to be jagged and lopsided. 34% to the right for that shaker hi-hat thing. I think it's working. So the drums, I think, have a nice panscape. I was going to say the pan landscape, but a panscape. Time to bring in the melodic instruments. Bass is always to the center. See, Nick is clarifying his question from earlier regarding chaining. Can I treat them separately in terms of things like the key and the beats per minute? Things are in a key only to the degree of what you record into it. So the looper doesn't somehow enforce or even detect key. When I talk about my instruments being tuned to a key, that's only because that's what I make them be with the input effects. But the looper itself doesn't track in any way what the key is. So the answer is yes, you can have 5 different layers with 5 different keys. That'd be fine. They wouldn't even know about it. There'd be no awareness of that at all. But not beats per minute. Beats per minute is for the whole thing. You only get one beats per minute. I realize I may or may not have fully addressed what you're asking. So if there's further points of clarification you'd like, I encourage you to let me know, and I will do everything within my power to look at the screen and read your chat. I expect that I will succeed in that. But just to set some expectations appropriately with you, all I can promise you is that I'll do everything in my power to turn and read the screen to read your chat. And then if I understand another thing, another detail you'd like, and I say, oh, sure, at that time I'll be very happy to address the thing. In the meanwhile, I'm thinking about the panning between these layers here. The standard template was 15, or rather 30% left and right, but I'm going to tweak that. Instead of 30%, what do I want to do? Let me listen to these drums again a little bit. I think I want the one on the right to go a little further to the right. The one on the left is not bad. I might jiggle it a little bit one way or the other to the left. going to start with the one on the right. Which you may recall from prior streams from my regulars, but if you've not heard it before, I arranged my looper, the top one anyway, according to how they're panned. So the bass is in the center, that's my center loop. And then flanking it on either side, I have this. So here's one. I often do a lower and a high, and I make some kind of harmonic. Or if not a harmonic, then something complementary. So those two, those are panned to left and right on either side of the bass. And then there's these other ones that are further to the left and right that are more prominent, more center stage. In any case, I'm taking this this one that's to the right, and I'm bringing it further to the right. That's kind of an interesting placement there. I put it to 54% to the right. The one on the left, I think I might move it a little bit more to the left, but not as far as the one that went to the right. This is pretty good. I moved it to 42%. I'll leave it at 42. That's a little further out. Complementing again the 54. 42 and 54 left and right. I'm going to bring the left down to 20. Or, I'm sorry, 40. Trusto heading out, my man. We'll see you next time. I'm pretty happy with this panning, I think. Once again, I don't claim it to be the Omega final state. But it's alright. It's okay to move forward with. Now this one. This is at 80% to the left. I think I'm going to bring that in a bit, not as far to the left. And then there's this other one, which is 80% to the right. So the one that's on the left to 80%, let's bring that in. Yeah, that's good. I brought it down to 70 to the left. So it's still pretty, well distinguished out there. Now this one's going 80% to the right. I mean, I think I might keep it roughly there. I might move it out slightly. 84%, 82%. I think it's okay. I like it to be a little irregular, but I have it at 82%, good enough to continue and move forward with. Instrument sounds, I'm approving. The panning, feeling okay with it. Panning usually is pretty quick. Now we got some output effects, my friends. The vinyl flick, check, that sounds good. favorite, the low-pass filter. That's another one that I have to have self-control for, that I don't use it every single song. But is it set to the settings that I like? It is. All right, I'm happy with that. And then we have a reverb. It's a pretty weak reverb. By weak, I mean like not overpowering. I think I'd like the reverb at max intensity to be stronger than that. Oh, 0.8, what is it, milliseconds or something? Oh, sorry, just 0.8 seconds. That's a pretty short length. There you go. Okay. Good. The drum output effects are always so fast. It's just like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's okay, good. Yeah, that one you don't have to configure anything. That one is only one parameter. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Go. Drum output effects. Pretty easy. But now doing the output effects of the melodic layers. Vinyl flick is working. I usually make them match, by the way. I don't know if I've ever said that before. For those of you looking for the 505 little details. The first two output effects on the top and bottom loopers generally match. A is both vinyl flick, in this case. B is both filter, low pass filter. C and D up here don't always match the C down here. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They're usually reverb, tremolo, delay, slicer, something along those lines. Sometimes they don't match, often they do. My low pass filter. It's got the settings like I like them. Man, it's just so delicious. Doing the top looper with the bottom looper, both of them with a low pass filter on. Oh, it's so good. So that's good. Those first two are fast. Now we got some reverb. How's this sound? All right, so you could definitely hear the reverb there. Ah, good, yes. I'm going to take some of the high end of the reverb down a little bit. I'll take a little bit of dry off, but I want to keep most of the dry in there. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to take dry down. Just a small amount. I took it from 100 down to 95. I'll see what I think of that. Because I'm thinking about whether it'll reduce the perceived loudness, and I don't want that. I'm not hearing a difference in the loudness. I do hear the reverb though, so that's good. I'm happy with that reverb. Then there's, what's the final one? The slicer. No change in I don't know if there's a significant change in perceived loudness as I toggle it on and off. That's good. I'm looking at the pattern. It's a pretty clean pattern. I like that. I might make it a little more exaggerated though. It's currently set to oscillate between full volume versus a little shorter rather, not volume, but full length versus chopped a little bit. So you're hearing like, as the slicer is on right now, you're hearing like the sound and then a chop that's taken out. This is basically controlling when those chops happen and how long they are. So I'm gonna make this a little more stark, just so that it's more pronounced. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Okay. Nice. All right, friends. I'm happy. I'm happy with this palette. The output effects, the panning. I think the time has come. Time has come to destroy it all. Enjoy it for a bar or two. I'm gonna destroy it all, save it, build a new beat, see if I'm still happy with the palette. Keep moving. Enjoy this for a moment or two. All right, my friends. I'm destroying everything. We are rebuilding a beat. Destroying everything and then saving it and then rebuilding a beat. All right, let's start with the drum one. All right, I'm going to quickly. Oh, I made one mistake. Hold on. Okay, good. Perfect. I fixed my mistake. It's all good now. All right, friends, I'm going to quickly build up a new beat from the palette where I've made all my changes from the stream today, the hour and a half we've been hanging out together. I'm going to build a new beat. Am I still happy with it, or do I want to make any small tweaks? Then we'll do a celebratory cheers, call it a good stream. It'll be really good. Let's get into the beat, my friends. I think the answer is yes. That I feel pretty good about this palette. Slapping together a new beat now after my changes, after I saved everything. You know I have a good set of changes to my palette when my only concerns are things like volume level, or was that a good enough bass line? But I'm not thinking about things like, you know, these sounds don't work well together. This one on the right, this one here, I think my performance of it was a bit loud, but the instrument itself I'm happy with. Friends, this has been a successful live stream, a successful Tinkering with Knobs stream. Thank you for being here. Friends, we are going to celebrate this stream and celebrate your union with us and the fact that you belong here and we want you here. Grab your drink. Grab your drink, my friends. We are doing it. We are doing the closing cheers of the stream. I'm grabbing my water. Friends, it's coming on 3. You are going to feel so together and connected and so belonging. That's how you are going to feel right now. It's coming just presently. Grab a drink. It's coming on 3, my friends. We're doing it like this. 1. 2. Oh, it's building up. You can feel it, my friends. This best cheers moment right now. It's coming on 3. Clank. Cheers, my friends. Please like this video. Thank you for being here, my friends. This stream is better because of you being part of this. I hope to see you in the next Reconsider It live stream. My regulars know how we do this. Every week there's multiple streams. We got these Tinkering with Knobs where we hang out for an hour and a half today. Sometimes 2 hours we hang out. And I mess with the sounds. I make things sound a little better. I change the panning and all that. These Tinkering with Knobs streams, these are unscheduled. So the best way to join us for these in the future is to enable notifications so that you know when these random, when do I have an hour, you know when those happen. You can come join us. These Tinkering with Knobs usually happen once or twice a week, but sometimes more. Sometimes I do more than one in a given day. They're really unpredictable and random. But they're fun. And they're good. And they're better with you being part of it. My regulars know there's another category of live stream that I do every week, every Wednesday and Saturday. Loops and Chill. We hang out for an hour. And over that hour, you just get one beat after another. It's an hour of improvised beats. The same way here, 10 minutes ago, I just slapped this together. There you go. There's a beat. The Loops and Chill live streams are just a bunch of beats and different melodic keys. Come hang out with us for an hour, my friends. Wednesdays and Saturdays, Loops and Chill. Whenever it is that we get to enjoy you being with us again, whenever it is that might be, my friends. Until then, please have a very good rest of your day today. Please have a very fulfilling rest of your day today. Please experience healing in the rest of your day today. Please let the rest of your day be inspiring for you. Please accomplish today. Please do the things on your to-do list today. And when your day is through, when you transfer your consciousness, away from this world of three-dimensional matter, occupying space of three physical dimensions. You take your conscious awareness and you move it away from here. You go to sleep. Please have a very good rest at that time. Please awaken rejuvenated and inspired. Please have an amazing rest of your day today, my friends. And I will see you in the next Reconsider It live stream.